Furniss, Di here from Di's Den, and welcome to another video. This one, I don't know what we're going to call this one, a multi-fold card. It stands up like so, and I love the way it just goes. So I'm going to do one exactly the same. This is for my colour creation. This is Cajun Craze, but I just thought the beer goes really well with the pretzels, so I thought I would show you how I designed this card to go together like this. So when you turn it over, you've got your writing panels on the back here. Oops, got a bit of dust on that one. A bit of dust on there. So you've got your nice writing panels, and I will show you how I stamped these. I've done all of these. I've done 4 beer steins for this one and 2 in the middle like this, which I've already done like this, okay? So I've already got them all ready, and I'll show you what they are in a second. So, but we're going to use exactly the same sayings and everything else. Oops, I forgot the little dots. I can put them on in a minute. Alright, so this is the card we're going to make, and I'm going to call it a multi-fold card. Let me pop these out of the way. And this card, when folded together like this and down like this, will fold and fit into a 7x5 envelope. So I know I've been doing a few larger cards of late. Whoops, that bit's just gone a bit under there. But I just think sometimes you just need that bit of a larger card, and this one is one of those ones that I think really does need it to be that size. So let me pop that one out of the way, not on top of my piece of scrap. So I'm going to use the Happy Labels punch for doing my saying on the front, and I'm going to stamp in Cajun Craze again, and I'm going to sneeze in a second. You can bet your life I am. I see it coming on. And I'm going to use, excuse me, oh dear me, oh, excuse me. So I'm going to use the Brood for You, and I'm going to use the stein and the filling and the bubbles, and I'm going to use the glass and the filling for the glass. I'm using another round for your birthday, OL, yes. So that's what we're going to use. So let me show you what you need. Now I've got, once again, I have my little thingy here, so like I did last week, and I'm going to show you what I've got. I've done some of the work, so you'll need the main card piece that measures 10 inches by 7 inches. So that's our main card, okay? So then you'll need 4 pieces of card for your layer, either end and on the back, that measure 6 3/4 by 2 1/4, and I've already done one of those. And then you'll need 2 pieces of designer series paper that measure 6 1/2 by 2 1/2, and 2 pieces of white card that measure 6 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now I haven't stuck one of them on because I'm going to stamp the whole lot with you in a minute. Okay, then, oops, that's my label. Then you need 2 pieces of card that measure 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. Now they are the ones that go down this side here. So these ones you need to make sure you've got your pattern in a portrait. Okay, and same with these, you need these to be in a portrait. So you need 2 pieces that measure 1 by 2 3/4, and 2 pieces of designer series paper that is in portrait style, 2 1/2 by 3/4 of an inch. Then we need 4 pieces that we need to have in the landscape way, which is these 4 pieces here. So for our designer series paper, so whatever designer series paper you're using, landscape for those bits. So you'll need 4 of them that measure 2 1/4 by 1 3/4, and I've done 3 of them already. And your designer series paper will be 2 inches by 1 1/2, and that's landscape. Alright, the piece that goes in the middle here too is, and I've cut that the wrong way, so I will have to cut that piece again. I will do that in a second. I will go through this, turn you off, recut that piece in the correct direction. Alright, so for this middle piece here, you need a piece that measures 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, And again, you need this to be in portrait, and I've done mine, cut the line the wrong way, so I'll go and cut another piece which measures 2 by 2.5. For our saying on the front here, if you're using the same one as me, you'll need a piece that measures 1 inch by 3 1/4 and 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go just get this recut and my other stamp. I'm back, and there's my right piece in the correct direction. Okay, so let's get cracking, shall we? Let's pop that card out of the way, and let's start by moving all these pieces over out of the way, and we'll start by scoring and cutting this piece here, which is our main card piece. Now, what did I do with my main card piece? My goodness, what did I do with it now? I had it here just a moment ago. Don't tell me it's fallen on the floor. Oh, I won't be very happy. Let me have a look. Oh my goodness. Am I really having a good time or a bad time here? There it is, it fell on the floor. Oh well, never mind, it fell on the floor. That's what happens when you've only got a small space. Okay, so we're going to score our main card on the long side using our pointer with only the small end at 2.5 inches. And then we're going to score it again at 7.5 inches. Okay, so then we're going to pull this out, and we're going to bring in our scoreboard, our trimmer, and we're actually going to pop this in here at the 2-inch mark. Now I'm going to stand up and do this like I did the other week. It's just easier for me. Bring in my score thing. We're going to bring this in at 2 inches and bring this down to 2.5 inches, which is where our score line is. Making sure this is in here nice and square. And we're going to score. Even my thing wasn't even in there properly. So 2.5 inches, and we're going to cut down to 7.5 inches, which is where we did the other score line. So we're cutting between those two score lines there. We're going to turn this all the way around 180 degrees, and we're going to pop this in again, and we're going to cut this again from the 2.5 inch mark down to the 7.5 inch mark. Okay, once we've done that, we're now going to pop this in this way, and we're going to move that out of the way, and we're going to use our scoring tool, and we're going to score this on the long side at the 5-inch mark. Now I'm using the small end, but we're only going to score down to that cut line and then down the bottom part away from that cut line. See how we've done that, top and bottom? Now we're going to bring this in, and we're going to score this at 3 3/4 of an inch. We're going to bring it into the 3 3/4 inch mark, and we're going to score between the cut line to the other cut line, like so. So we have our score line in the middle between the cut lines. Then we're going to bring this over. Well, we can turn it all the way around, or you can bring it over and do it at 6 1/4. But I'm going to turn it around and do it at 3 3/4 inches again. It's just easier. 3 3/4 inches. It does make a big difference if you put it in the correct place. And once again, we're going to score on that score line there. So let me move that all out of the way and sit down, and I can show you what we've done. So we can go through it one more time. This is our 7 by 10, or 7 by 10, scored at 2.5 and 7.5. Then we have cut it between those two marks, between that 7 and 2.5 and 7.5 at 2 inches in from either end. Then we've put it back in, and we've scored it at 5 inches down to the first one, and then from there down to the bottom. And then we've scored this one at 3 3/4 inches, and this one at 6 1/4 inches. So now we're going to fold and burnish. So we're going to fold this first one as a mountain fold, a valley fold, sorry. I do apologise, valley fold. We're going to fold this next one here in the middle as a mountain fold. Then we're going to fold these two either end like so, and then push that one in like that. If we push that one down as a mountain fold, we can fold that one and those two at the same time. And then this end one here, once again, is a valley fold. So we have our card that looks like this, a bit of fluff on there. So we have a valley on the two ends, mountain folds for the middle, and these two ones here. So our card will stand like so. And once it's folded flat, which you'll push it together in the centre, push that down, one way, one the other, and we can then, we'll actually give that a nice burnish down like so, so that it doesn't matter if they both go the same way, but I just find that folding them to go into an envelope, they go down much nicer if they're one way and one the other. So that's our main card. So let's bring in our bits and pop this together. So we're going to start with our main pieces here, which are the front and our back writing panels. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my writing panels first because I want to show you how I stamped my writing panels. So I'm going to bring these in like so and open my Cajun craze and make sure I don't have any ink all over me like I did last time. And we're going to stamp the outline of my beer stein. Now I'm going to stamp one on that angle and the other one on this angle. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the contents, and I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to pop the beer into the barrel. So we do that again, stamp off, and put the beer inside like so. Then I'm going to bring in the froth that goes on the top, and at the right strength we're going to pop our beer fluff over the top like so. Now I'm going to bring in my one that says "Oh, ale, yes," and I'm going to pop that on here. And then my little dots, which I just think just give me just a little bit of, I don't know, it just makes it look like it goes in with the rest of it. And that's the back of my card. I've still got one little bit of stamping to do, but we'll move that out of the way and we'll glue all of these together now. So we have one there already done, and these three have to be glued on. Let's see if we can get glue out today. Oh dear. Oh gosh, it's really stuck around there. Never mind, we'll get there. There it is. So we're going to glue these all together, layers 1 and 2, as I will be calling them on my tutorial. I don't put whether they are portrait or landscape because it depends on what you want. I just think, you know, if you've got an abstract pattern, well obviously you don't need to worry about whether it's portrait or landscape. Oops, bit of extra glue there, and I've got a fluffy end. Look at that. I've got a nail file here, so I'll just glue that off. Okay, so we're going to bring this in and we're going to have it so that it's facing with these facing upwards. And these will go either side. Now, I cut these from the same paper, so they go that way around. It doesn't really matter because there's a gap in between, but I just thought that they would look nice if they matched up a bit better. Oh, crush. Crush, crush, crush. So we'll pop this one on this side. And this one on the other. Making sure I've got my pretzels up the right way. And we're going to turn that over so we know we've got our pretzels the right way around, and we're going to pop these on the back. Now that will give more stability for standing as well, but it's entirely up to you. If you don't want a writing panel on the back, just omit this section. But I just think it's nice. I like somewhere to write, and I like somewhere that is defined for writing. Okay, so we'll make sure that one goes the same way. You can hear that wind blowing like a gale out there today. It has been the weirdest weather for this month. Okay, so that's our edges done. So now we can do the middle bits and our other ends. So let's pop them over there. So we're going to glue these pieces in here. Now I know these don't match up because they will cut from the same strip. And we've got this one now cut the correct way, which was the portrait, and I cut it as a landscape, which was a bit silly, wasn't it? Never mind. So those pieces go through the middle and on either end. So let's pop those on. It's just nice to have a nice man's card for a change, isn't it? We do so many ladies' cards that I think sometimes we forget about the men in our lives, and this is one of those cards that I'm going to be able to put away and use for lots of men's occasions. Now I've got a men's birthday coming up as well, so this will be a great card for that. Okay, so then we have our 4 pieces here that are all done at landscape, which I did them the right way around. And I would never have thought to put Cajun Craze and Petal Pink together, but the paper from the pack is that, and it goes together so well. And I just thought, well, you know what, I've got to do one for my colour creation blog hop, which goes live every Wednesday of the month, except for the 2 weeks over Christmas, and we go through every colour. So we start with the in colours, the new in colours, and then we run through all of the colours in the spectrum, and we do them in alphabetical order. So we're down to Cajun Craze. So okay, so that's our main card done. As you can see, it's nice and sturdy, it stands up beautifully. So let's pop this out of the way and we will stamp this piece here. So I'm going to bring in my Happy Label Punch, and I'm going to pop this one in here and cut off one end just one end. Well, this one I can cut off both ends. This one I won't cut off until I've done it. I like to have somewhere that it's sort of, I don't know, gives me an idea of where I'm going. So this says, another round for your birthday. Oops. And that's all our stamping. So let's cut that piece. There we go. Let's pop that out of the way, and we'll glue those two pieces together. Alright, so let's bring in my beer steins and glasses, and I will just get this set here. Now this set comes with dies. They're just fantastic. So you've got your beer stein. You could always do your drink if you wanted to, and you've got your beer glass here, and you've got your piece to go over the top here for your bubbles. This bit here goes over the top of this glass here, so that's just really great. That's just too small to go over that glass. So that's what we used, that set, and I love it. I've used it a few times, and I just think that it's one of those cards that one of those sets that's really great for a man. I guess you could use it for a woman if you have a lady friend that enjoys a drink of any kind, because there's a wine glass on there. Okay, oh, we could have these for lemonade as well, I guess. So now we're going to just pop this one together. We're just making sure we've got our things at the bottom on the correct side, so these are facing the correct way, and I'm going to pop these on here like so. I'm going to pop that one that way, and I'm going to pop these two in the middle here, and then that one across the middle there like that. So I've already put all the dimensionals on the back, so let's just peel them off and put them on. Let's pop that one that way, and that one that way. Oops, come on. Let's pop this one here. Is this done? Once again, let's pull these off. And we'll pop that one there. Let's move that out of the way for a minute. Pop our things off the back of our glasses. Now, it doesn't matter if this goes over the edge of this here, because it's going to lay flat. So it's not going to matter whether it's laying over the edge. Oops, I've taken them ones off. But I'm going to try and keep them inside there and just overlap them that tiny bit just there. Bringing this one in across the middle here. I'm going to put it straight this time. I put the last one on an angle. I'll put this one straight. I've got some Winker Stella here. This is clear Winker Stella, and I'm going to just put a little bit on my thingies around the edge of what are they called, so that they just sparkle that little bit. And I have these gems. Now these are not Cajun Craze. These are I don't know if it says on here. They're the 2023-25 in colours, and I think that's pecan pie. I think it's pecan pie, but please don't quote me on that. If you know what it is, yell out, ah, it's not that. So I'm going to pop just one of these on. Oops, it went on my finger instead of on there. And I'm going to pop that just in that corner, because I just think it just only needs a little bit. So If it's not no, maybe it's not pecan pie. Maybe it's, I don't know, I can't remember. I will write it down in the bottom, down the bottom here, and let you know exactly what it is. Okay, so that's our card for today. It's called a multi-fold card. I don't know what else I'm going to call it. Multi-fold card, I think I'll call that. That's my card. As you can see, they're almost identical. This one's got an different glass there, but I really love the way that turned out, and I love the fact that it's a man's card, and it stands up nice, and it's nice and sturdy. It folds flat, and it will fit into a 7x5 envelope. So I think it's just fantastic. You could do it for Christmas, ladies, babies, anybody. But I just wanted to do a man's card for a change. So that's my version. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I do read every comment, and I do answer all your comments. If you like the written tutorial, head down here to the link for Diane for stamping, crafting and tutorials. You'll find the link there for my Facebook group. If you would love to purchase these products, please contact me. All my contact details are down below as well. And keep subscribing, because I love it when I get more people involved and they enjoy what I'm doing. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.